Hi, I'm weather analyst Andrew Fleck. Just around your Sunday afternoon, doing a weather video discussion here, and we had some very interesting weather over the past week, and now coming into a new week, we have some more interesting weather coming into play. Basically, today's radar, what you're looking at is just some snow showers, leftover snow showers. It's really amazing that system that affected areas Thursday and Friday, now Sunday, and it's still tossing some snow showers and some almost squally weather across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Some lake effect going around the Michigan area, the Wisconsin area, and then our next system is around the Southwest, where two upper-level systems are going to come together, and they're going to form one singular system. It's going to move across the Gulf, causing some possible severe weather to Florida, and then it's going to ramp up the coast, and that's going to be the big question on where and whether that goes. On imagery here, you can kind of see things a little better and a little more clear here. You have that system over here, and this was that massive system that gave areas more into the eastern and northeastern regions some really impressive snows and winds, especially winds. A lot of people go and they say, this system was not as impressive as earlier systems. The truth of it is, yes, it was. And whether one area got more snow than the other, you know, you gotta just it's winter, and you want all the snow you can get, but you gotta look at a meteorological look at it. And looking at that, when you have a storm, and not just a tropical storm or a hurricane, but a winter storm with a pressure almost category 2, or I think it even was category 2 status, that's not impressive. Whether you get 14 inches or 30 inches, that's full blown impressive. I think that low pressure was about a 971. You were seeing winds moving into Maine 90 miles per hour, absolutely ridiculous tides. It was just one of the storms I don't think people can forget. I don't think anybody's going to forget this winter. Comparing what storm was more impressive, there was really no impressive or more impressive storm. Every single one of these storms had its own characteristic, and it really played out 100% to its characteristic. Whether it was a lot of snow or a lot of winds or something being damaging, it had that characteristic, and it played out to be impressive. All storms are none alike, and that's what we saw this winter across the east and northeast. Over here across the central United States, you do have, again, like I mentioned, that next area of interest in here, and you have just a little energy down here. So I think what's going to happen is these two are going to tie together, form a low pressure across the Gulf, and that's going to swing up across the eastern seaboard there. So I think a storm's going to be getting going very soon once those two systems collide, and some severe weather starts for your work week. On the next imagery here, this is where I'm going to kind of show you on the GFS model a little more in depth what I was talking about. Basically, you have the two systems here. You have one here, another one out here across Mexico. Those two will collide. In the next imagery, they'll form one singular storm here, and that's why I think that you could probably get some severe weather up in this area here around Tuesday. I think Monday back around Texas and Louisiana, so you got to keep an eye on that as well. And this system's still actually spinning around up here off the northeast coast. Quite amazing. We're talking about something Thursday and Friday, and it's still lagging around there around Tuesday. So again, that's pretty impressive. Back here, you still have that ridge. You still have troubles coming down across the central and eastern United States, meaning cold weather is going to keep in. And on the next imagery here, that's then going to show you what starts to happen, or I think I just went back in imagery, what starts to happen here. And I got to go forward. I don't know what's going on here. And then you're going to start to see the storm finally across the eastern seaboard here. It's going to be a strong storm, and you're going to have a high pressure come down here, ridging, building up here. You know what they say, when you get a ridge building out here in the west, you're going to have some type of trough across the east. Big question here, though, which really raises me to question a few things, is whether or not this storm can move more north, or just kind of take that southern track and not really extend any snow into the mid-Atlantic and northeast. And what kind of intrigues me here is that the vorticity map here, the 500 heights. See, what kind of intrigues me, like I was saying, is you have the energy of the low pressuring storm around here, okay, and that's gonna, by basic QPF guidance, it's gonna just take a track out like that and miss to the south. But what is very intriguing though is that you do have an area of upper level 540 here, and what that says to me is that if this can start to absorb itself into this lower trough down here where the storm is, well then you can potentially get the storm to track more north and be able to throw back some wintry precip into this area more inland. So that's going to be a little bit of a question that's going to need some answering as we get a little bit closer into Monday and Tuesday to whether that does exist. But all I'm saying is that's very interesting. Also, what's very interesting is you actually have some positive energy in here, okay, along with low pressure out here with that embedded or that not quite embedded to the trough upper level 540. So there could be some last minute troubling there, so I wouldn't exactly say that this is a forecast already made and proven point, but I think there could be some troubles in there that I think we're going to have to worry about last minute. So we'll see if it comes together. If not, it's no biggie. We've had so many of these storms, I can't even count on my fingers how many we've had. So either way, I think there's probably going to be snow, whether it's heavy or light in this area. But as for the bigger storm, that yet's to be seen. So that's around the Sunday's afternoon weather outlook. I'm weather analyst Andrew Fleck. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.